The topic for the present video is phase 1 clinical trials. So I have made a video on clinical trials overview, and in that video I have discussed regarding different phases for the clinical trials like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and what is the importance and how these studies are important for the drug development and drug approval. In the present video I am trying to let you understand and make you understand about the phase 1 clinical trials. So let's start with the introduction for the clinical trials. Clinical trials are the research studies conducted in the subjects, human beings, to understand the safety and efficacy of the new drugs. And in those clinical trials, there are 4 phases, mainly phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. So in phase 1, clinical trial is performed in small subject group. The number of patients or number of volunteers or participants are less or small in number, and phase 1 clinical trial study is done with the objective to evaluate the dosage, evaluate the drug safety, to study the side effects of the new drug treatment. So this is the main objective of phase 1 clinical trial, to understand and evaluate the dosage, drug safety and side effects. The aim of phase 1 study is to determine the dose of the drug that is safe. So safest dose determination is the prime objective of phase 1 clinical trials. And during this study, the phase 1 clinical trials also monitors the side effect of the drug under study. So if you know that the new drug is prepared, new drug is synthesized, the preclinical studies are completed, and IND is approved by the regulatory body, then you go for the clinical trials in the human beings. So how the drug will be developed into the dosage form? What will be the dose? So phase 1 study gives the information for the dose, which is safest dose, and then you can go for the further studies. I have also made a video on IND, that is investigational new drug application. So I request you to go to that video and watch that video, so that you will know the total drug development phases. So phase 1 study is aimed for determination of the safest dose and the side effects. As I have mentioned that phase 1 clinical trials are done in the small subjects or small number of people. Generally the number of subjects may be like 20 to 100 or 200. In general, 100 around subjects are taken into phase 1 clinical trial. These subjects may be normal, healthy people of both sex, male and female, or these may be the patients suffering from specific disease for which the uh, drug is being used, or drug is proposed to be used for the treatment of the disease. So depending on the drug nature, drug safety, drug toxicity, disease condition, and the requirements of the patients. So subject may be healthy volunteers, or these may be the patients. Phase 1 clinical trials are of two types generally. One is a single ascending dose study, and another is multiple ascending dose studies. So single ascending dose studies are also abbreviated as SAD, and multiple ascending dose studies are abbreviated as MAD. So these are the types. Now coming to the dose determination. So how dose is determined in phase 1 clinical trials? There is dosing to the volunteers or participants in the incremental way, slow increment or increase in the dose to get the most safe and effective dose. Example is like 5 mg, 10 mg, 15 mg. you go on increasing the dose, and then you can find the most safe and effective dose. The subjects are monitored during this study for effects and the side effects. Finding out the safest dose is the objective of phase 1 clinical trial. Study of the drugs, pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics is done in the phase 1 clinical trial. As you are aware about the pharmacokinetics, that is absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion, and pharmacodynamics means effects of the drug onto the body. So pharmacokinetics means the study of what happens to the drug in the body, how it is absorbed, distributed, metabolized and excreted through after administration. And pharmacodynamic studies involve the effect of drug onto the body, that means what happens to the body after drug administration. The phase 1 trials take time depending on the drug treatment and the trial design. It may take some months as well. So depending on the number of subjects, number of studies, dosing requirements, disease condition, whether you are enrolling the healthy volunteers or you are enrolling the patients, data requirement, and many factors are there on which the time for the phase 1 clinical trials depends. Then based on the phase 1 clinical trials, the outcome or based on the data or phase 1 trial results, the study can be moved to the phase 2 trials involving larger subject group. So if the phase 1 trials are satisfactory, or if the drug is proved to be safe and effective in small number of subjects, and if the safest dose is found properly with less side effects or with proven dose, then phase 1 clinical trials can serve as a base for the phase 2 clinical trials. Phase 1 clinical trials are important for drug development and provide base or basis for the safety and pharmacokinetics of the new drugs. Phase 2 studies mainly are performed for studying the efficacy of the drug. So phase 1 clinical trials are the first phase for study of the new drug in the human subjects. It studies the safe dose. It serves as a basis for the phase 2 trials. It also studies the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics of the new drug. This information is regarding the phase 1 clinical trials. Let's meet you soon with phase 2 clinical trial and some more important and informative topics. So thank you for watching the video, and I request you to please do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.